Chic, Charnley, welcome to this one-to-one. I'd love to be able to speak to you in better circumstances, but I can't think of anybody better to pay tribute to John Lambie. What did he mean to you?
It meant the world to me. Just a fantastic guy, football sense as well. But he was just a right good pal to me, and I'll miss him dearly.
Yeah, I mean, strange that someone like yourself can have a long association as a player with him, but it went much longer than that.
Aye, because he signed me 4 times over the period of the 20 odd year, but we're in touch maybe twice a week since I retired from football and was out of football since the gaffer was away. So we were always on the phone. He was always still helping me up until last week. You know what I mean? He would still ask me if I needed anything. And it was just fantastic for me.
What was he like the first time you ever encountered him? What did you think of him?
The first time I met him was when I left Clydebank and Davy Wilson tried to sign me for Queenie South. And the gaffer and Davy were pals. And the gaffer got wind of it. Davy Wilson offered me £10,000 to sign for Queenie South and £100 a week, I think it was. And then that night, in fact, I got a phone call. It was for the gaffer. Oh, you don't want to go down there, and the way he talks, you don't want to go away down to Dumfries rather, away down there. And he's waiting to give you. I said, he's giving me 10 grand. 10 grand, you'll spend that in 2 weeks and things like that. So eventually he said, I'll give you full-time football and I'll give you £2,000 a week. But as soon as I met him, and just instantly knew that he was the right man for me.
Yeah, I mean, what were the qualities that you think he had? Because a lot of people suggest that he's an old-style manager.
The man management was definitely one of his best things, but he knew his football, Peter. You know what I mean? And I think everybody who played under him, he knew a player, but he worked with Eddie Turnbull and Bertie Auld at Hibs, and obviously he took things after him, but Jim Duffy always harks back to him as well. Duff always says that John knew his football, which he did, you know what I mean? But some of the things he done was absolutely bonkers, you know what I mean? Training-wise, and he introduced the tyres, and everybody, well, since then was doing that. But hitting golf balls and at training and all that, but some of these things was mad. But he knew his stuff. No, it's hard not to laugh when you're trying to talk about serious about his football side, but he really did. He knew his stuff.
Yeah, I mean, from the bonkers side of things, I mean, what were the things that you'll maybe shed a tear and have a laugh about him?
I don't want to start crying because I'll be there all day, but just some things. For instance, there was one, we were up at Firhill and young kids used to hit the golf balls into the park for the canal bank. And I picked one up and I lobbed at the gaffer's head this morning. So he's turned around and I just lobbed it and gently tapped his head. And he said, what's that? I said, that's the kids in the canal bank. So he's up and he's shouting at the wall, shouting over, effing and blinding, you know, like he was. So we get into the dressing room and I said to him, that was me, I hit you with that golf ball. And he said, is that right? So he never thought into it. 2 days later, I came in at training. He stood up in a chair behind the door, had a medicine ball, and he dropped it right in the top of my head. So I said, you're going to broke my neck here. He said, you're mad, you're going to broke your neck. But there's a million things, you know what I mean? He made everybody feel at ease, you know what I mean? It was just, my pals came over from Ireland as well one time, and he's come, they give him a dinner, and everybody could relate to him, you know what I mean? He was so good with punters.
Yeah, the one thing that I picked up on there, which, you know, as a reporter, when you have the good fortune to sit down and chat with him, he was an unconscious swearer. I mean, he could swear, and it just sounded as if it was part of his normal vocabulary.
It was. I think he was the first one that introduced Tourette's to the game. But we Mark, the chaplain who was going to do his service on Tuesday, he got introduced to the club, and the gaffer introduced him, brought him into the dressing room, and obviously I can't swear away because we're on camera, but he introduced Mark into the dressing room, and listen here, yous effers, and this is Mark, the club chaplain. Any of you get any problems, F and see him, don't see me, and walked out the door. And I was a chaplain there, and me Mark's his story, and he's astounded, but Mark's obviously still his friend to this day, you know what I mean? And it was bonkers half of the things he did, you know what I mean? But it was fantastic.
Yeah. As a manager with a team, obviously as a player, he played for Falkirk, played for St Johnstone, played in the League Cup final. He's one of the rare breed that we don't have as much in the game now.
He is, very much so. As I say, he told me a story when he used to say that he was that hard as a football player, and it makes me laugh again. It's just something that's come back to me again. He was that hard, he said the worms were feared to put their heads out the ground. He said the worms were feared to put their heads out the ground. And I remember a story I get told, was it Hento, Real Madrid?
Yeah.
The gaffer played against him for St Johnstone, and it seems the gaffer kicked him up and down the park and kicked him up, and so he was quite proud of that. He kicked him up and down the park. I think they only get beat 1-0 or something, whatever it was. So when Real Madrid came to Hampden to play the European Cup final, I think it was Zidane's goal. The gaffer was a guest then, and Hento also was over as with Real Madrid. So the gaffer went up, he said he went up to speak to him, up to say hello, and do you remember me? And Hento remembered him and said to him, you F off. And the gaffer stood, the gaffer went to shake his hand. The gaffer said, "How you go?" And walked away from him. No, I mean, it's just like things like that. No, I mean, I'm just going to miss him just for even coming into my house and me going and seeing him, and it's just going to be sad.
Yeah. If I could finish then, if you could sum up John Lambie in a couple of sentences, how would you do it?
A couple of sentences. I'm just a wonderful person. Not just to me, to everybody. Would give him the shirt off his back, and he'll be sadly missed. And for his family, it's going to be really hard as well. But just for a football perspective, he was just large. He was just one of the crowd. You know what I mean? He was just like a normal guy who'd done well, but his knowledge of football was absolutely excellent, and he will be sorely missed.